Thank you, everybody, for coming out, and I'd just like to extend my welcome as well. Doug had mentioned that I was going to give an overview of the research and extension centers throughout the state. Laramie is one of four. We also have one over at Lingle that is the Sustainable Ag Research and Extension Center, and the focus on that particular center is integrated crops and livestock. And the director of that center is over on the other side of the audience, Jim Freeburn. If you could just stand up and be recognized, thanks for coming over and supporting the Laramie today. We have one up in Powell, and we do have one representative from Powell here, Axel Garcia. Garcia is a faculty member that is stationed up at the Powell Research and Extension Center. And the focus up there is on irrigated crops, agriculture, and seed production. So thank you, Axel, for joining us today. Another one is up in Sheridan, and Sheridan's focus is expanding. I'm looking through the audience. I don't see anybody representing Sheridan, but Sheridan is expanding, as I mentioned. We had a place that is out near Sheridan, actually near Wyarno, and the focus there has been on dry land, agriculture, wheat, alfalfa. At one time we had the ability to irrigate, but we've lost that ability in recent years, and as a result what we've been able to do is form a unique partnership with a major foundation in town that owns some property just south of the Sheridan College. And so this partnership involves this ability to use that foundation's ranch and then work with Sheridan College, and actually the University of Wyoming bought the Watt Center, or the Watt Agriculture Center, and we will be co-locating all of our faculty and personnel resources into that one building, so all of UW will be present in one site on Sheridan campus. So that's a little different model, but we're really excited about the opportunities with that model. And in terms of the expansion includes an emphasis on horticulture and then irrigated forage management, with the addition of that ranch that's just south to Sheridan College's campus. So those are the centers, and if you picked up one of these books on the way in, you'll notice that there are different tabs highlight some of the activities that are occurring at each one of the centers, with Laramie being on top. So you'll notice that in today's round of speakers, on page 39 of that Field Days Bulletin, there's a written description of some of the work that you're going to hear about here today. So I point this out because it has information about it that you're not going to, about what's happening at the centers that you won't hear about today, especially Laramie, and then also all of the other centers, unless you're like Ron Pulley in the back, who has probably attended every one of these this year. Once again, thanks, Ron, for your support. I also need to point out one other person that's sitting in the audience. The interim director of the research for the R&E centers, Gary Moss, is sitting here. Thank you, Gary, for being here. Gary's been integral in assisting all the research and extension centers, coordinating research activities, helping with dissemination, helping with advisory groups and everything. So Gary, we really do appreciate everything that you do for us in that regard. So if you didn't have a chance or didn't get one of these Field Days Bulletin, I'm sure there's plenty more of the hard copies over at the table. Also at the table is another publication called Reflections that gives you a glimpse of some of the college-wide activities, including the teaching activities. I think there's a couple articles on some unique teaching things that are happening. Some of the things that our folks in UW Extension are doing. And then, of course, that is also known as our research magazine, and so you'll see a lot of the types of research that we're conducting throughout the state.